Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira. We got this one ahead of us at UFC 317 this Saturday, and this makes for a very intriguing fight because both are pressure fighters. They always back their opponents up, so it's going to be interesting to see who's moving back this fight. So let's get straight into this. Oliveira, he's always looking to break his opponents down, get them the will, and finish them. It's what he did against Beneil Dariush, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje. And he does get hit a lot in these fights. We saw Poirier really hurt him, drop him a few times. So did Gaethje. Beneil took him down, but eventually Charles got up and finished him on the feet. But what I want to say is Poirier and Gaethje, how they dropped him, they did not follow up on the ground. It's because Oliveira was too dangerous on the ground, and they weren't too confident in order to follow Oliveira there and finish him then. Against Islam Makhachev, who's a very capable grappler, we saw him drop Oliveira in round 2 and straight away follow him to the ground and finish him a couple seconds later. So Oliveira's opponents, it's been a bit of a confidence issue on why they couldn't beat him sometimes. Now, what I want to say about Ilia Topuria is we see him knocking guys out. He knocked out Max Holloway last fight, and Volkanovski, best back-to-back wins in UFC history, as far as I'm concerned. And what I want to say is Max Holloway, and maybe not Volk because he was coming off the head kick, but Holloway, that was the best Holloway we've ever seen. Bit of a hot take. Eventually, Ilia was able to catch him in round 3 with a straight right, and eventually that started the finishing sequence. He was throwing combos up against the cage, and eventually Max was trying to get back into the fight, and a left hook put him down and out. So we knew Max Holloway's fight. His fight to fight was he always had to be on the back foot and pretty much be perfect. No room for error. And even though he had such a great chin, he still got knocked out. And against Oliveira, he's also going to have no room for error. He's going to have to get Ilia to will, but he will get hit back. If he doesn't, then he's going to win. But if he gets hit back the same way Michael Chandler was able to hit him, there's going to be no room for recovery here. And that's going to be the end of the fight. Some specifics on what Oliveira has to do, some weapons, is he's going to have to use that outside leg kick. Because we see Ilia very boxing stance, and he puts a lot of weight on that lead leg, and he's pretty susceptible to that. But he does chuck them back pretty well. Now, Oliveira, he's also going to have to use those oblique kicks to the knee, and that's really going to be able to stagger Ilia if he steps into it, like Michael Chandler was doing. He's also going to have to throw those teeps to the body, which Max Holloway was having some success in. Now, Ilia, what he's going to have to do, now, he might have to chop low kicks, but Oliveira does stand in a very Muay Thai heavy stance. So if he's able to get the leg kicks, that will work very well for him, but maybe not the biggest weapon he has. He's also going to have to try and get body shots in. That's what I'm going to say here. Oliveira has a very high guard, and body shots, that frees up body shots for Ilia Topuria. And I think hooks around the guard can also really get to Oliveira here. We've seen this in the past. And I think Ilia going to the body and throwing hooks upstairs, that's going to be the way to win the fight here. And looking to counter Oliveira if he tries to come in recklessly. So biggest keys to victory for both fighters are staying on the front foot, but my official prediction, I'm going to go with Ilia Topuria by TKO in the first round. I'm going to say he gets his body shots up against the cage, And eventually Oliveira is going to be kind of reckless coming in, and I could see a right overhand really getting through, sending Oliveira to the canvas, and a few more hammer fists, punches. I believe Ilia will be able to follow Oliveira there, but that's going to be the end of the fight. That's what I'm saying.